Lubu is a man named Wang Yung, a highly decorated and admired police officer, well, admired by another officer named Teo. Wang Yung is revealed as Lubu in the middle of a case where a Dongzhao, a mob boss, is also another legend hero that Luby's after. Lubu now, after observing Guanu, he decides to test Luby's strength, and in the next episode, Wang Yung and Liu form a plan to capture Dong Zhao, and Teo ends up showing up in his place because Wang Yung's daughter, Dio-chan, she's adorable, by the way, is abducted, and so he is siding with the bad guys until the good guys get her back. They do so, and Lubu goes a little crazy a bit, as if he was going to kill the mob leader, but he doesn't because he's a good cop and he's going to do the correct thing and arrest him. Which sadly doesn't go well because Wang Yung loses his gun and Dongzhou ends up shooting him and killing him. It devastates Teo because he and Wang Yung go way back to when he was a little kid and got abducted. And like Wang Yung was the one who saved him. The Wang Yu's death is what ultimately changes Teo and changing his sense of justice. Like if meeting your role model is what makes you, then seeing them just get cut down right in front of you is what will break you, because Teo now goes about having a new sense of justice that's corrupt. For if anyone commits a crime, you deserve to be held up for it, whatever, even if it's petty theft. And to do so, he starts by changing his name to the Corrector of Evil, named Cho. Now, CAO, and he soon becomes a legend hero himself because now he has the name of a legend. So, next time he meets Dong Zhao, he's facing him again as legend hero Hao Dong. Now, let's talk about Hao Dong's suit, as well as his alternate form, Hao Yung. First things first, I can sort of tell, screw it, I like both suits. This is most likely my favorite costume in the show. It just looks so phenomenal. Like, the chest piece is amazing. The helmet, second part, that's amazing. He looks like a legit marksman. And it's just all good. Like, this is most likely my favorite suit in the show. And as usual, let's talk about his mechs. One, the individual Zords that he gets are immediately awesome because he gets Zords that fly. And two, his mech is like also my favorite in the show. Legend King Phoenix, both versions of it. Like, it's just so amazing. Like, the flames, the effect, everything about it just looks badass. And it can't help itself. It just looks badass. And with all that new power, not only does he beat Dong Zhao, but he also shoots him off a ledge, thus killing him. Or so we think. But episode 17, we now have our quaternary hero, legend hero Taishi Chi. I know the Korean version of it. I'm not going to bother pronouncing it. But let's talk about his suit and all the alternate versions of it, because Taishi Chi consists of three. Taishi Chi consists of two more pieces and thus three different forms. There's Taishi Chi and Gangning and Hangai. So the suit alone, if I was to be iffy on one thing, it would be the tiger in the middle. I think it's just the color blue they have for it. That's about it. Like all the other alternate forms, they're I think it's if any they're just not my personal favorite. I'm not saying that they're awful. They're just doesn't really. The only thing about Taishi Chi that does something for me is his weapon, because it's a big ass drill, and that's awesome. Anywho, Taishi Chi is a street fighter martial artist named Sunche, who trains at the Gangdong Quan and practices the Flying Tiger Fist under his family, who owns the gym. We meet his mom, who is louder than hell, his little brother, like Sun Quan, who is pretty distant with him, and his sister, Shangzan. I don't know Korean. And about her, bitch is mean, but later falls in love with Liu, and Liu is completely oblivious about it. But when Sunche is first introduced, he starts off by fighting off Liu and Gongsan in the names of their school, and eventually get along. Also, Sunche is a main character, so let's talk about his primary mech, Legend King. Well, he has a mech, but there's one mech form for it where it's Legend King Tiger, but that's just his first two Zords by himself. But all three Zords to get all four components together make Legend King Marine. And I'm not honestly the biggest fan of Legend King Marine, and it's honestly because of those two other Zords. Like, the arms ruin everything that's a part of it. I'm just not a big fan of it is all. So, yeah, that's about it. Just like, if those arms weren't there, then this mech would be, well, not bad in my opinion. Anywho, so in episode 20, while encountering a legend hero who turns out to be a pop star, Liu is hired to be a bodyguard, and while on the job, he gets separated from Guanu and Zhangfei, so he can't transform. And this was the first time while watching this show I was sad, because Liu is left defenseless against her, and as an energy slash comes to kill, Gongsan takes the hit, breaking her changer, and she's out of the legend battle. Like, when I saw this shit happen, I went, no! Why would they take her out? Why would? What? She was awesome. She was literally stronger than Liu. Like, oh, why Gongsan? And Zhang and Zhao Yong goes to Liu Bei to keep himself alive. But now, why would you take her out? So now he becomes Zhao Yong. The suit now, it's just not the same. And I think it's because it was originally designed for a woman as opposed to for a man. Because when it's designed for a man, it looks suits when some suits are designed for men, they look a lot bulkier. Looking at you, Heisei KamenRider. And so fuck my finger. So afterwards, Gongsan leaves Dowang Quan, and Liu Bei, like me, misses her. But unlike me, he's broken for a while until Zuzu takes her place as the leading woman of the show. And so, episodes 21 and 22. Let's do a recap for how many hero pieces. Liu Bei and Sung Chae each have 3, and Cho has 2 since Zhao Dong has, 2 alternate forms, so he gets 2 pieces. So now, the Angels in Heaven can hold the Rainbow event, where a legend hero, when a legend hero has more than 1 hero piece, they come up to heaven to decide who they want as their angel and partner in battle from here on out. So Cho picks Sema-yi, more on him later. And Sun Che picks Zhao Yong, more on her a little sooner than later. And Liu Bei, of course, picks Zuzu, despite being the lowest ranked angel in heaven. Maybe in angel school she met the Gosagers. But I like Liu Bei and Zuzu together. They just look so innocent and cute together. And I know they're not a couple. But I really wouldn't mind it if they were, because of how much they gain off of each other. Like, after Gongsan left, Liu Bei was in a rut, and Zuzu is a total novice to this world. So Liu Bei shows her, through his compassion, like, now when I say this, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not a shipper, but in my opinion, they would just make a cute couple. That's all I'm saying. But oh, holy crap, I'm at that point now. Just holy shit. Episodes 23 through 25. Before I go any further, back in episode 20, Lu Bu comes back, and Legend Hero Lu Bu is now Dongzhang. Yeah, and apparently he didn't die. And instead, the villain of the show, Zhang Ju, saved and reconstructed him and the Lu Bu piece together as one, so he can go run wild. And yeah, let's just talk about the apparent villain of the show now, Zhang Ju. Like, he is a missing case. Like, he is the villain of the show, yet I have no idea where he even came from. Like, he just showed up one day. We never learned anything about him, too. He can most likely be a former angel, but why did he turn bad? I don't know. And also, while I'm off topic right now, for this show, there are also minions called Teo Troopers. They don't look bad. Moving on. Back to the show. Episodes 23 through 25 introduces a new legend hero, Huangzong, the old man of the bunch. So let's talk about his look. It's alright. It's alright to me because it's purple. But besides that, the one thing I would want to, the one thing I'd critique would be the helmet. Like when he's in sniper mode, there are less feathers on the helmet. Maybe I would like to not see a lot of feathers. Just the two's enough. Well, though that's just my opinion. But Huang Zong is the son of a fireworks company owner. There's a spat between 23 and 24 that gets resolved there, and Daozong finds him and his dad and attacks them and breaks the sun's changer, which leads Luby to getting another form. Now, real talk now, I forgot how long it's been since I watched the show that got me in my emotions. This is what literally brought Zuzu to the forefront for me. Luby fights Daozong again and gets beaten, while Daozong sends a finishing blow. Zuzu gets in the way, and not only does she get hit, she keeps going until eventually another hit is sent, and she is absorbing the energy from his attack. She has her palms in the air and is carrying a load and throws it back at him, knocking him down. And it was awesome and sad because she does that because she dies afterward, but with that, because that one hit kills her. But before she goes, she remembers she's not incompetent and throws a spirit bomb at him like, yo! Like, look how she does. She throws a spirit bomb at him. Like, not kidding. Like, and while watching this show, I guess I start talking about the comparison. I might as well talk about the comparisons now. Like, for starters, Zuzu's death is comparable to Battlehopper's death at the end of KamenRider Black, because they're both important people and are very close to the main character, that afterwards, Lube goes apeshit. And a second comparison that I have just in general, this show is pretty similar to Ryuki in a lot of cases. And I know Ryuki doesn't have a backstory like Three Kingdoms, but for what they've made, multiple characters fighting each other in a competition that also involves the closest things to Zords, and the greatest of all within the characters, but I'll save that for the character analysis. Now back to the story. After Luby rips Daozong a new one, he leaves defeated, and Luby contemplates on wanting to kill Daozong. So he wants to get revenge, which he does go, but afterwards, ultimately, Chow Chow shows up and ends up before the one. What am I saying? Chow Chow shows up and ends up being the one that kills him and shames Luby for letting Zuzu die. Okay, Chow Chow. That's fucked up. When I watched that for the first time, I kept repeating, no, he didn't. Like, he went there because he did. He went there. Like, freaking Chow Chow. Ah, crap, I need a drink. So, episode 26. Lube stumbles upon a letter from Zuzu advising him of another angel for him, and refers her friend Zhuge Liang, who we have met before in episode 21, he comes off as cynical and wants nothing to do with the dream battle, and Zuzu's death further supports his reasons. Aside from that, we get another legend hero, Ma Chao. Now this suit, I want to say I'm a bit more alright with it. It's yellow, and I'm not gonna lie right now, this suit's animal motif is a tiger, so immediately Voltron thoughts. Like, it's the helmet. But, yeah, not bad. Anyway, Ma Chao is a special case for this show because Ma Chao is actually Liu Bei's long-lost brother, Liu Zhang. Liu Bei is adopted, of course. We already know this. When he was younger, he and his brother were both living on the streets. Liu Bei got hungry one day, so Zhang left to go get food and ended up in a car accident and never came back. So throughout this and the next episode, they reunite and bond. Now, back to Liu Bei trying to get Zhuge Liang's help. He says that if he collects the Ma Chao piece, he'll consider it. So in episode 27, in the heat of the moment, and overhearing Liu Bei, Zhuge, Liu Zhen destroys his own hero piece, and Ma Chao now goes to Liu Bei. So Zhuge keeps his end of the deal and more, creating a new combination for Liu Bei involving the 3 new pieces he gets from Huizong and Ma Chao, creating Legend King Majesty. Let's talk about that mech, shall we? I'm not gonna lie, the one part of this mech I don't like, it has to be either the turtle arm or the car arm too. It's just the one issue I'll have with the mechs in this show is that the arms are bulky. And I think I know my reason why I'm not a big fan of the arms. Like, imagine something like an actual Megazord in Power Rangers. They'll try to make the arms less bulky and make it feel like an actual limb. In this case, like, they don't do that. And for, like, the Bulldozer Turtle, it's just extended out and that's it. But besides that, everything else looks good. I just don't like the arms. And so that was that. I need to get a drink. Talking will ruin my thought and my tongue. And so, I guess now we can skip around a bit. Like, episodes 32 and 33. Well, further explaining why I don't like Mizu, and also, episode 32 and 33, they're just bad episodes. But in episode 36, we now have our final combination, combining Legend King Dragon, Legend King Phoenix, and Legend Marine King, giving us now Legend King Eternity. And oh dear, it's too much. Like, it's completely too much. Like, the chest is one thing, the platform on the ground, as well as, like, I guess one of those things, like one of the Zords just right on top over the head as some cannon. It's just, everything is somewhere, and it's just Like everything is somewhere and it's just crunched together because we needed to make an ultimate combination. And so let's just put everything everywhere and see what we can do. I'm still just staring down at the platform because it literally does not move. I'm not kidding. Like none of the Zords can move in this combination because they're just standing on a platform. Literally just standing on it. And they can get, if they get knocked down, they can't get back up. It's just too much, really, is what it is. Yeah. Oh dear God, now I need water. Ugh. I could probably go get water right now. Alright, BRB. It's gonna be 3 parts.